Hello Year 3, happy 1st of March. I hope you're all okay today and that you had a great weekend. Now, today I am teaching your English learning episode and we are going to be doing a word workout today. So we're going to be learning the meaning of some new words and then we're going to be using those words in different sentences as well. Now, before we start, we need to rewind and we need to think about a particular type of word because this is the type of word that we're going to be focusing on today. So my question to you is, what is a verb? Is it A word that describes a noun? For example, pretty. B, a word that describes an action, like climb. Or C, a word that describes a person, place, or thing, like butterfly. Have a think about that and tell somebody around you or write it down onto your piece of paper. So Year 3, the answer is B. A verb is a word that describes an action. For example, climb. When we talk about verbs, we can act out that word. We can pretend to climb. Everybody do that. We can't act out pretty and we can't act out butterfly. Okay? A verb is a word that describes an action. Now, let's remind ourselves what verbs are and let's have some fun with a little song now. Okay, we're going to listen to the song. This is the Superman song and it gives us lots and lots of verbs. You need to think about what the verbs are and then you need to act out those verbs. I'm going to be doing it here in the corner. So stand up, get out of your seat and let's get our bodies moving to this song.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go! Clap your hands!
Get 20% off Topshop and Topman at ASOS now. Your Jonies, your Jonies,
Here we go, let's go
your
again.
relax bit.
Sweet!
Sweet.
Wave your hands! Hit your ride! Sneeze! Go for a walk! Let's see you swim! Now ski! Spray! Macho Man!
Good, whistle.
Sound your horn!
Sound your horn.
Ring the bell! Okay! Kiss!
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Comb your hair!
Comb your hair.
Wave your hands! Come on, wave your hands! Superman! Clap your hands! Now you're looking really good. Now you got the hang of it. We're gonna try it one more time. We're gonna do it again, okay? Sleep! Wave your hands! Hit your ride! Sneeze! Go for a walk! Let's see you swim! And ski! Spray! Macho Man! Sound your horn! And ring the bell! Okay! Kiss!
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Comb your hair! Wave! Wave your hands! Superman! Okay, clap your hands! Little bit louder! Now clap your hands and bend your knees with the music!
Okay, so there we go. There's a little bit of fun there. So that song includes lots and lots of different verbs, words that describe an action. For example, spray, kiss, comb your hair. So today we are learning to understand the meaning of some verbs from the story Beasts of Olympus. How new learning is practiced and why, so that we can use these verbs in our setting descriptions this week. So these are verbs that you will hear in our story, Beasts of Olympus, and they are words that we want you to use later on this week in English in your setting descriptions. So to help us understand the meaning of some of these verbs, we have got our word workout sheet. So what we're going to do now is look at some of those words, their meaning, and think about them in some sentences as well. Okay, so let's firstly look at our words, and we're going to do my turn, your turn first. So the first word is my turn lingered, your turn. My turn surveyed, your turn. My turn pounced, your turn. My turn hovered, your turn. My turn pounded, your turn. And my turn observed, your turn. Well done, year 3. Now let's look at the meaning of some of those words. Well, all of those words. So, lingered is our first verb, and that means to stay in a place for a long time. Our example sentence is the people lingered at the finish lane until the runners had finished the race. So here you can see people watching the running race, and they are lingering around the finish line until the runners have finished. Okay, so they were waiting there for a long time until the runners passed the finish line. Let's make an action for lingered. So we're going to linger for a long time. So we're going to wait around. Could even put our hand towards our watch. We lingered. Okay, next word, surveyed, means to look at something closely. The example sentence is, the eagle carefully surveyed the area below him from the highest branch of the tree. So here you can see the eagle surveying the area below him. He's looking closely at something, probably looking for his prey. So let's make an action for surveyed. We're going to look at something closely. Surveyed. So we've got lingered and surveyed. Okay, the next word is pounced, which means to jump on something suddenly. Our sentence is, when the mouse moved, a fox pounced on it viciously. And here you can see our fox pouncing on a mouse. So a really easy action for pounced is pounced. Your turn? Pounced. Well done. Lingered, surveyed, and pounced. Great job. 3 more words. Our next verb is hovered, and that means to remain in one place in the air. So for example, our sentence says, the helicopter hovered over the rock. Here, our helicopter is remaining in one place in the air over our rock. So it means to stay in one place in the air. So let's do that for our action for hovered. Staying in one place in the air. Hovered. So we've got lingered, surveyed, pounced, and hovered. Well done, year 3. Next verb is pounded, which means to hit something heavily and repeatedly. Our example sentence is, she pounded the punch bag again and again, and we've got our boxer there pounding the punch bag. So that's going to be our action. Pounded. Your turn? Well done. And finally, our last verb is observed, which means to watch something carefully. Our sentence says, attentively, the police observed the crowd. So here we can see a big event, and it looks like it was an event for the royal family because lots of people have got their flags there. And it's the police's job to look after the crowds and keep people safe. So they've got to watch them carefully to make sure if anything dangerous happens, they can keep people safe. Okay, so observed, we are going to watch something carefully. observed. And you might have noticed that observed has a similar meaning to our word surveyed. Surveyed is to look at something closely. Observed is to watch something carefully. Okay, so they are very similar verbs. Okay, so these are our wow words for this week. You will hear these words in our story too. All of these words are on Class Dojo, so if you need to pause now and talk through those words again and complete those actions, you can do that now. Great job, Year 3. Let's quickly go through those actions again. So we've got lingered, surveyed, pounced, hovered, pounded, and observed. Super. Now we're going to play a little game now, which I know you enjoy when we're at school. Okay, so what we're going to do is play vocabulary rock and roll. So I have got a dice, and what we're going to do is we're going to take one of those words, I'm going to roll the dice, and then we have to complete this action for one of those words. So if I roll a 1, that means we need to act out that word, okay, and we can use our actions that we've made today. If we roll a number 2, we need to draw that word. Okay, so we need to draw an example of that word. If we roll number 3, we need to define it, which means we need to say the meaning of that word. We can use our sheet to help us. If we roll a number 4, we need to write a sentence with that word in. If we roll a number 5, we need to think of a synonym for that word, so a word that has a similar meaning to it. And if we roll a number 6, we need to write an antonym for that word, which means that has an opposite meaning. Okay, so I'm just going to pop my video onto my whiteboard so that we can see what I roll. So we are going to use the word lingered, and then what we're going to do is roll the dice and see what we need to do. Okay, let's see. We have got a number 2, which means we need to draw something that shows what that word means, lingered. Now I can remember that lingered means you wait around for a long time. Okay, and as an example was people lingering around the finish line. Can I think of any time when people might linger or something might linger, wait for a long time? I can think of a time when I might linger around somewhere. If it is the summer, and the sun is shining, and there's an ice cream van. Serving ice creams. I know that lots of people linger around the ice cream van, waiting to be served for their ice cream. So there you can see my picture. I've drawn what that word means. Okay, what I want you to do now is play this game. So you can choose some of the words, well, have a go at all of the words, write them down, roll the dice, and complete the activity for that word. Okay, I put a link on Class Dojo to an online dice where you can just click on the dice and roll it. So you don't need a physical dice to do this, you can use the online dice. Well done, Year 3. Hopefully you had lots of fun playing that game. Now, a quick pause to see if we really understand those words now. So we have got a picture here. We need to decide which wow word is behind the blue box. Our sentence says, the butterflies above the daisies. So here we can see the butterflies. What action are they doing above the daisies? Pounced, pounded, or hovered? Which one do you think it is? Let's look at each one. So pounced means to jump on something suddenly. The butterflies aren't doing that. Pounded means to hit something heavily and repeatedly. Well, butterflies don't do that. Hovered means to remain in one place in the air. That's what they're doing. They are hovering above the daisies. The butterflies hovered above the daisies. Who got that right? Well done. Okay, next one. You need to convince me here because there's a mistake in this sentence. The wrong verb has been used. The wrong wow word has been used. Here you can see a bit of a battle going on between our lion and our wildebeest. Our sentence says, the bloodthirsty lion observed on the wildebeest. That doesn't quite make sense. Observed means to watch something carefully. Well, he's not watching this wildebeest carefully anymore. He was probably doing that before he attacked him. So what is the right word, year 3? What verb should be used here? Well done. If you think it should be pounced, you're right. The answer is pounce, to jump on something suddenly. He probably observed the wildebeest first, watched it carefully, and then he pounced on it when it was ready. Okay, now your task for today, year 3, is to complete some activities really similar to what we've just done. So you're going to complete and correct some sentences by choosing the correct verb, and these sentences are all on your wow word sheet for today. And then your challenge today is, can you create your own sentences using the wow words? Okay, so let me just quickly show you that before I go. So on your sheet with your wow words, at the bottom, you have got some sentences to complete. So these prove it sentences, you need to choose the correct verb, the correct wow word to fit into that sentence. You can even draw a picture to match those sentences after you've done that. And then we've got 3 sentences that have used the wrong verb, a little bit like the sentence about the lion and the wildebeest. You need to choose which wow word should have been used. The only words you should be using today are our wow words, okay? Then your challenge is to write your own sentences. Great work, year 3. If you want to play the dice game as well, if you've got some time after this, please do that because I know we really enjoy that at school. Super work, year 3. See you soon. Bye.